welcome back to the channel. Just a quick update on the 95 Suzuki Savage. I had an issue whenever I first got it going. That thing would start up and do better than it's ever done. Like you could let it sit for a day, go out there and start it, and it'd fire right up and run great. I came back to it. I hadn't messed with it for about 2 weeks. I came back to it. There was not a drop of gas in the gas tank, and I know that I'd put like a gallon or a gallon and a half even in the tank. So I looked at the sight glass for the oil level, and it was just out of sight. Like it was completely black. If I drained the oil out of it, it actually went into the crankcase, and it had almost 2 gallons of gasoline and motor oil in it. Beats anything I've ever seen. I didn't know it would do that. So I was like, well, I need to work on it some more. Thinking about taking the carburetor and having it professionally rebuilt. I ended up not taking it somewhere, and I'll show you real quick what I did, which I've already put the carburetor back on and I'm getting ready to start it because I wanted to have this documented in case this worked. But I'll show you what I did real quick. So this little guy right here, the seal on it is messed up. This little hole, there's a valve that goes into this that closes off. When your float closes on the carburetor, it's got a little valve that goes into this hole and seals up. Well, this thing was full of crud. So it was a mess down inside this hole where I took this out. With the crud all around it and the port for your fuel intake, that's where it goes through. It goes through this right here. So it wasn't getting fuel into the carburetor. Well, the reason I didn't change this before is because I stripped the screw head out. So what I did, I've got an easy out. I ended up just drilling out the middle of the screw, taking a hammer, tapping this into that, and then taking a wrench, and it actually turned right out. I was amazed at how well it worked. I did try the thread in kind. Same way, you drill it out and then you thread this in backwards, and it's supposed to grip and then turn the screw out. It did not work. I could not get it to work at all. I put the carburetor back on the motorcycle. I wanted to have it documented on video when I try this thing out because I think it's going to fire up this time. I think it's going to actually start better than it was before, and I think that maybe solved my problem with the gas running out. Hopefully this float valve issue will have that fixed. So we're going to try to fire it up and see how it does. All right, so here goes nothing. I've got the battery charger on it because from the other day when I was trying to start it before or after I changed the oil, and check that video out too. You'll be amazed. I drained the oil out of it into a pan, and I done a video kind of showing what was left from that because it was just amazing that that could even happen. But I cranked on it and stuff, kind of ran the battery dead, so I've got the battery charger on it. But we're going to try it out, see if this carburetor thing fixed. Hopefully my float bowl is not leaking out the carburetor, so hopefully the float is actually shutting off the way that it's supposed to. We're going to try it out. Oh! All right, so we do know that without even doing any more than that, it's 100 times better than it was 2 days ago. It wouldn't even fire. It just stopped completely, and I could squirt a little bit of starting fluid in it, and it'd fire just fine. So I knew that it had to be a fuel problem again. Still has that little mess in it every once in a while. maybe some of y'all can help me out and give me some ideas of what may be causing that little dead miss in it, because it'll be running perfectly fine, then all of a sudden it just poof, it misfires. And you know, if you're at idle speed, it'll quit when it does that. The miss is so bad that then it won't let the engine, this is a single cylinder, and it's one big cylinder firing. And you know, when that one cylinder misses, it's hard for it to keep going if it's at an idle. But if you've got it giving it a little bit of gas, it'll keep going through the miss. But who knows, maybe somebody watching can leave me a comment and give me an idea of what they think that might be causing that. I've went through the carburetor pretty much through and through, but again, it's me. I'm not a professional carburetor guy. I just took it apart the best that I could and put it back together and cleaned parts, done all that stuff. Maybe it just needs more fuel run through it. But anyways, if there's anybody out there that wants to leave a comment, tell me what you think. What I am going to do though, I'm going to put my my air box and stuff back on here, and my filter, get my battery box back on, and then I'm going to actually ride it around and run it. Little passages that may be somewhat stopped up, maybe I can get those cleaned out with new gasoline running through it and kind of, you know, clean that stuff out of there and get that thing running good without having to spend. I'm just trying not to spend too much money on it. And if I take it somewhere, it's a big deal. Plus, right now, I can't take it anywhere right now anyways, because the whole COVID-19 thing going on, and most places are shut down other than pretty much your essential places. So anyways, just wanted to share this video this evening, kind of show a little bit of the progress. Kind of had great progress, went backwards, and now we're kind of back on track where we need to be. So like I said, I'm ready to kind of put that air box and stuff back in there and put the seat on it. Just ride it around, you know, down the driveway and stuff a little bit and try to get things going. I do need to fix my front brakes first before we do that, because I do not want to ride it with only rear brakes if I can keep from it. So anyways, guys, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.